Salacious secrets of the Jitterbug apocalypse, and 10 orders of Kung Pao chicken. Chicken.
Hi. I'm Brett Revolt, author of the acclaimed novel The Jitterbug Apocalypse and 10 Orders of Kung Pao Chicken. I use the word acclaimed. It's kind of a fancy word. And to me, that simply means, well, several of my friends have claimed to have read it. It's rather difficult to definitively prove whether they're lying, but regardless, I have decided to produce this video for any of them that may have read some of the novel, to show a little bit of the behind the scenes, the making of the book, if you will. This house is the house where I wrote 100% of the novel in the summer of 2019. Now, the owners sold the house, which forced me to move here, and well, I can't show you anything other than the outside of the house from across the street because of the restraining order. But I can tell you that the house was very large and lonely. Of particular note to some of you, perhaps, would be the laptop that I purchased specifically to write this book. I really love holding it and showing it off. But the laptop, well, I sold it, so I can't show it to you. But I can assure you that it was very inexpensive. So in lieu of any tangible artifacts relating to the writing of the book, I've decided that I can show some of you the locations. Some of the locations that I used for the book are based on real places that actually exist, and we're going to go see some of them. Also, many of the characters that were in the book were based on real people, friends of mine, that I decided I'm going to put them in this book. I didn't really ask their permission, which was a problem for a few things. So, but the ones that said, okay, we're going to meet some of them. And you can, what would that be like? It's going to be great. And scene. Hi.
Hi.
I was saying hi to them. All right. So you remember Rachel from the book? That character is based loosely on my friend Rachel.
That's me.
Yeah. Now in the book, Rachel Williams is her name, and
That's not my name.
that's not her name, but it does start with a W.
It does.
It does start with a W.
Yes.
And in the book, Rachel is a lawyer.
But I'm not a lawyer.
You're not a lawyer.
But my dad is.
Your dad's a lawyer.
My dad
so
is.
you could probably play a lawyer on TV.
I watched him in
Okay.
court.
All right.
You know.
And then in the book, Rachel, well, she talks pretty fast. Do you talk fast?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, probably not. Absolutely not. Nobody's ever said that.
Okay. Well, that went super well. Anyway, this is Rachel. I thought everybody should meet Rachel. And, the whole description of Rachel, I'm describing your hair, basically, and your persona. And that I thought was
What a
worth
compliment.
capturing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you, Brett.
But you haven't read that part yet.
Nope. I've read half the book, and I shelved it because I'm a single mom.
Okay, there you go. We're gonna move on to the rest of the.
I plan to finish it soon. I'm
She's
just
gonna.
saying.
You're promising on
Fast
camera
talker, slow reader.
now. All right. This is my friend John Kim. Same name as the character in the book, which is because I wrote the character based on the real John Kim. This is John Kim.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, just like in the book, John Kim is got this. He's kind of a wrestler-looking dude, and show him your scary face. He has a. You have to be his kid. It doesn't work. Anyway, but you also have a military background.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? You have a heart for the homeless community.
I do.
Unlike the character is a pilot.
And I'm not a pilot.
You're not a pilot.
I'm not a pilot.
The character also has a 13-year-old girl.
I have a 7-year-old boy.
Yeah, it doesn't fit at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. Weird.
It happens.
But anyway, here's John Kim.
Hi.
Welcome to Talkeetna! Look, we're in Talkeetna, just like the book. Okay, watch out, there's a car coming. Are we on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is Talkeetna, and just like in the book, it's raining. This is the main intersection in Talkeetna right here, and we're right by Nagley's store. That's a real place. That's it. Right next to the West Rib, which is attached, as you know from the book. There's the Four Corners here. There's the Fairview Inn, which is just the best bar in Talkeetna, but one of the best in Anchorage. And wouldn't it be great to go inside? Well, we tried, but it's closed. I'm sorry. Has so much personality. But Marnie just had a kid. Marnie from the book, you remember in the book, Marnie Gunderson, the actual owner? That's a real person. But she just had a baby and she didn't quite get back to us, so let's go look in the window. And gonna navigate some traffic. And yeah, this is the Fairview. And I've played music here, lots of people have. And I don't know. This is Talkeetna. It's raining. So as we wait out the downpour in our little, we're sheltered temporarily, and it's really coming down. But I'm reminded, like going that way, that's by the roadhouse. That is the road that goes to the river. It's about 3 blocks that way, and that's where Catalina comes in, like Banshee on her 4-wheeler, not on the 4-wheeler, on the golf cart, and ends up trying to go over there on the roof of the back of Nagley's store, and so all that's from the story. Like those are real places. This is a real place, and that's where the story takes place. Okay, and here's Nagley's. We're gonna go inside. And this is Nagley's. Okay, we're gonna go up the stairs. And, you know, it's very rustic and Alaskan and whatnot. And the upstairs is just as eclectic as I remember it. Stovetop stuffing, weird games, Stratego, Mountain House meals, and disc golf. There's also an ATM and some t-shirts. And this is the door that goes out to the porch. Alright, so we're on the west side of the West Rib, attached to Nagley's. And this is Nagley's, and then that's the West Rib. And that rooftop, that's where the sunbathing spot is from the book. I don't know if people do that or not, but it seems like you could use it for that. And then there's the cook shack right there. So all the things that took place in the book, like theoretically completely plausible, given if you actually knew what was going on in the Whatever. We're recording now? Okay. Hi. So, it's Katie Heller. Remember from the book, the character Katie Heller, the famous singer from Talkeetna? Well,
I'm not famous, Brett.
She's not famous yet.
Oh.
You're going to be famous.
Oh.
She has an amazing voice. I wasn't lying about that. Here, show him just
la.
No, more like
La 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 la.
I don't know. You have to check her out on, their Spotify's and whatever. Anyway, so this is Katie, and I wanted to introduce people to you because when I was writing the book, I was like, well, if we're going to talk Talkeetna, we have to put Katie Heller in the book because she's, that's what I think of when I think of Talkeetna. Although your hair is not as rainbow colored as it used to be.
Yes. In fact, it's not rainbow colored unless you mix all the colors together and get this. So it's more rainbow than it's ever been, Brett.
Katie used to have all these dreadlocks, and there was serious all sorts of neon colors. And anyway, I don't know. Did you read the? I guess I showed you the part that you're in.
Yeah, I actually have almost finished the book.
Oh wow!
I'm almost done. I don't know the ending. I've heard it's pretty
Don't spoil
sneaky
it.
and surprising.
Yeah. But were you okay with how you were portrayed, or how Talkeetna was portrayed in the book?
Yeah, I was super honored. I was like, "Aw, what nice things to say about my person." But yeah, Talkeetna was good too. I mean, I don't really remember that much because I'm a diva, so I only remember the part about me.
Well, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, there's Katie. And there's so many more. I haven't even told you about the struggle bus. That is what my oldest niece named her first vehicle. And yes, it struggled mightily. Did you know that the character Sasquatch was named after a co-worker whom I nicknamed Sasquatch because he is indeed a very tall videographer and photographer? Or that my main character was named after another one of my coworkers, simply because I thought her name was cool? Of course, the main character also had to have a nickname, which I stole from my friend who lives in New York. We became friends because of his mom, whom I met during my first trip to, wait for it, Budapest, Hungary. See, it's all connected. My good friend Jeremy was the inspiration for a small but important role only referred to a handful of times in the book. For some reason, just before sending the files to the printer, I decided I should not use his real name. However, I was indecisive about the replacement. Joshua and Joseph both share the distinction of being different from Jeremy, which is why I did not catch the inconsistency. I used them both. Sorry, Jeremy. Well, since my parents graciously took video of their recent trip to Fargo, North Dakota, I will now tell you of my family's Fargo connection. My parents were indeed born there, and yes, we still have family there. Is there really an old Art Deco movie theater in Fargo? There is, and it's amazing. In their teenage years, did my parents used to cruise Broadway right past the Donaldson Hotel from the book? Yeah, pretty much every weekend. And did I, myself, rent an efficiency apartment on the 5th floor of the Gardner Building for 10 months in 2001? Yes. Well, then I must have used that exact staircase hundreds of times. Did I just sit in my room playing my guitar? Or did I use that staircase to travel through time? Did I learn swing dancing from the very people who invented it? No. You understand how that would be ridiculous, right? Okay. However, I can confirm that a megachurch in Anchorage, Alaska, does use an old seafood processing plant as their headquarters, and that dance lessons have been occurring in their cafeteria for over 13 years. It's called Dance Connect. And that is where I met the real Christy Underwood, aka Krusty Underwear. She's a real person and a great friend. And we were in a dance troupe together. We did swing dance routines. We were called the Swing Set Hooligans. Now, this name was an amalgamation of two suggestions out of many. One name that I suggested was briefly considered but ultimately rejected because it was deemed unwieldy and difficult to spell, despite its obvious epicness. However, I saved that name for future use. What was the name, you ask? The Jitterbug Apocalypse, of course. Thank you so much for watching this trip down whatever lane you would call this. I'm not really good with descriptive. Anyway, the book itself, I only have a few of the hard copies that exist. However, it is available on Amazon as an ebook. And I'm also very happy to announce that the audiobook is finally, mercifully finished. So much work. Really tedious. But it exists and is now available at Audible, I think, is where I'm putting that. It's a place where you, if you like audiobooks, you already know where you get those, and that's where it is. Breaking news. We interrupt this ridiculous video to bring you an announcement which I'm being told is important about the audiobook. I intended for the audiobook to be available on Audible and iTunes and Amazon, and submitted the files to the company that controls all three of those. Needless to say, it took a long time. 6 weeks later, I got the email this morning informing me that they liked the files, but they wanted me to chop down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring. So I went to the store, and now I'm just kidding. I emailed them back and told them they're being ridiculous. I jumped through all their hoops, and they want me to jump through more just so they can make money off of my labors, and I just told them to take a hike. So I apologize, but I don't think the audiobook's going to be available on those guys. However, the good news is that I already put it on my Bandcamp page, and that's probably a better option anyway. They have less restrictions, so the audio actually sounds better, and it's available for cheaper. In fact, you could even stream it for free. I don't care, go ahead. So anyway, that's where that is, and I'm kind of done with that part. I will now return you to your regularly scheduled program, which is the ending that I filmed a couple months ago. It's fine. It's good. So that kind of does it. Thank you for watching. I really cannot apologize enough for how long this video is. So sorry. I'll stop now. Okay. Let's see.